Yes, this is English. Hi, Kenby. Hi, Mr. Luck. Hi, Gio. Hi, Moorish King. A bit early today. We can have a bit like a private chat. Hi, XRP. That's a nice feedback, XRP. However, I'm working throughout the day and I don't want to do live streams in the morning, and I guess around that time it'll not be too bad for that's my wife. Actually, XRP, I was kind of accused, we could say accused by certain people that I do promote my channel for clicks and likes, but it's not true. I was on my most viewed video, which had about 10k views. I was contacted afterwards by about 2 companies if I would like to help them promote their products, and I denied, and I told them that my channel is just for educational purposes. Sure, I would like to reach a larger audience, but I guess those of you, and I'm pretty sure that most of my followers are quite intelligent, then I would hope that you would tell your friends and family if they're interested in XRP as well. That's the little surprise, Petra. My new haircut. I tweeted today that I have a little surprise. Hello. 2 Peters. Hello, Gaurav. Well, Spyros, hi Spyros. Yes. Actually, that's my preferred haircut, but my wife likes when she can cuddle a bit, so usually once a year I can convince her that I can cut my hair. Usually it's during the summer period. Hi, going a jackal. Peter, no, I don't consider an investment in MoneyGram stock. I'm really, I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of interesting other investments out there. But the way I see, what's wrong? The way I see XRP mooning, not with anything else in the world, I will make the same profit. Once I really have a lot of money, I will cash a part out, depends on how much that money will be, or that money in XRP, and I will then on eToro copy about 5 good traders to kind of diversify a little bit, and then they will be doing the trading for me. And thus I hope that I will have a consistent return rate between 10 and 15% minimum. And that would be basically, the idea would be to cover my I don't know how it's called in English, like my normal costs I have throughout the year, but also have a decent income. Hi Michael Boom. Hi Mike B Box. New name. Well, actually, Moorish King, I was, not that I have doubt, I 100% believe in my research, I mean, usually when I decide to do something, buy a car or whatever, buy a house, it usually comes from me with a lot of research. And the decision for something I will only make if I'm 100% sure. And with XRP, I had that feeling like from the very moment, and it grew stronger and stronger and stronger the more research I did. But anyway, I mean, could be that my theory is wrong and that we're all blind, and that was a thought which kind of went through my head today. Is it real? Am I talking crap on my channel? But I mean, on the other hand, I usually, when I present figures, I really ask the audience to go and check those figures. And actually today I received on the Frankenmath English version a comment that the figure was wrong there, and indeed the figure was wrong, but I told the follower in the comment that even if I'm factor 10 or so off with the figure at times, it's usually what I'm trying to bring across is how shall I say, is like the proportions of something. And that's what I'm trying to show. I mean, in the end, if we end up end of the year at $1,000, $5,000 or $8,000, I have no clue. I just know if they want to make that system be a freaking huge success, it needs to be, I think, at least $1,700. That's somewhere my bare minimum, I guess. It'll have to have. Yeah, let me see who else joined. Yes, Peter, that's basically what I told before. Danke, Daniel. Hallo, Daniel. So, over with the music. Hello everyone, let's get started. That's basically my greeting to everyone, you know. I have to say that I have no financial interests, no sponsored links, and I don't want no donations from your side. Use it and invest it in XRP or something else yourself. Today and yesterday I was really in a good mood, but not related to XRP. It was something which happened at work. I literally had a lot of troubles at work, and yesterday, for the first time in basically almost a year, I found someone who was willing to listen to my problems, and it felt like finally. It's so easy to soothe a soul. You just need to listen sometimes. So that motto I basically want to bring across to you today, because I didn't prepare anything. I will listen to you guys today, try to answer your questions. Yeah. By the way, let me tell that if there are any of you who would like to join on Thursday in the German live stream, this week there won't be a German live stream on Thursday, but on Friday, because Thursday is our national holiday. Genau, let's start with your questions. Peter, MoneyGram will perform just about fine. I mean, I encourage you and the others who are interested here in the live stream or who watch the video later to go on Ripple's website. There somewhere you will find a document, I think it's called Cost-Cutting Case or something, or Cost Model. And there you can see that I think, don't get me wrong or don't nail me on it, I think with X-Current alone the companies can, I don't know, maybe save up to 30% or so. But once they use XRP via XRapid, the savings can be up to 70%. And actually what I just saw this week, they have it's kind of like a calculator on the similar pages of this cost thingies, where you can basically enter how many transactions you perform per year, certain costs you can apply, and then you basically get a figure of how much money you can save. And I really propose you go and play a little bit with that. It's like a lot of money. Okay, let me see. I like the fact that you're so bullish. Yes, it's nice. But let me ask you, KB, I think you're a bit newer follower of mine. Did you watch older videos of mine and did you verify those figures? I want to repeat that. If you ever watch an older video of mine, be it the Superhighway or especially where I talk about figures, market mechanics, Shane Ellis and stuff, look at the description, open the PDF. Sometimes I have even supplied an Excel file with the figures, so you can go in there and play around with those figures yourself. It's really important. I received for that Frankenmath video a thumbs down, and I tweeted this week that I don't understand giving a thumbs down but not offering me the possibility to improve. Could be, I don't know, so like a year ago people told me that my voice is that you can hardly hear me, so I bought the microphone, cheap one, but anyway I think the sound is better now. And maybe that the content is totally wrong, so please really tell me. I really want to know where I'm making mistakes or where I could improve. Paul S., you're welcome. I'm really hoping that every one of you likes my work and research, and please talk with friends and family about it. Let them know about the Superhighway. Basically, that's everything you need to know. That Ripple started in 2015 working together with banking software suppliers. I did a research on 4, I repeat: Task Group, CGI, Temenos and Finastra. And those 4 cover about 70 to 80% of the software market for banks. That's freaking huge. But there is others. There is Volante and some smaller ones in Europe, which are basically integrated. SAP, we kind of know that they integrated RippleNet, even though I'm a bit hesitant believing that many banks are actually using SAP. But the SAP RippleNet integration might come in handy for corporates, because many corporates use SAP software. And then we have payment gateway and hub providers like Earthport and BlueCelle, where we could place dLocal, which is kind of a service in Southern America. I really don't know. I don't know if they're more in the same area as Earthport and BlueCelle, or if they really offer, I think it's more in that direction, but there I'm not quite sure. But there is so many companies, and Ripple started working with them, having partnerships since 2015. Many of the confirmations I found dated from early 2016, but I remember that 1 or 2 of the companies, they started even working with them in 2015, and that helps scale the whole system, because Ripple doesn't need to do the whole work, right? And anyone understanding scaling in a market will understand. Oops. Sorry about that. I hope the picture comes back now. And everyone knowing about scaling in a market will know that this is actually a strategy, and I have made a video also that it actually was Ripple's strategy to target those gateway and payment software providers to make sure that the RippleNet integration reaches a lot of companies. And basically, after I figured that out, I could have stopped doing research. Every kind of research I did, or Darren Moore or others are doing, it's just like giving a little bit of color on the puzzle piece, but the puzzle piece itself was there already. Okay. Philip is asking about SBI. I mean, that's obviously the most interesting question for most of you guys. I think first of all, I don't think it'll take 12 hours. I think it'll take less than 6 hours. So with a little bit of luck, we might hear some news towards noon tomorrow that the order books are actually live. However, I then expect a few hours, I don't know, could be up to a day, where they do not start the trading engine yet, where they just accept offers. That's the process how Coinbase did it when they listed XRP. Hold on, sorry. But I might be wrong, I really don't know. My expectation regarding price is that if it really goes the way I think, it could be well that we will see about 100% rise within a week, and then for some weeks actually, and then after about 200% rise, FOMO will start setting in, and people on the sidelines right now will start jumping in. Yes, Gio, David Schwartz said that XRP would be fine at $120. But how shall I phrase that? First of all, I mean, he's an engineer. He's basically 100% taking care of the XRP ledger. Sure, he does know quite a lot about the industry they're in as well, but I'm also pretty sure he's not the number one person to ask about liquidity requirements. I guess that's more Miguel Villas. And also, I mean, he made also other comments, David Schwartz. Not saying that XRP will ever go there, but he made an example with Bitcoin that you couldn't buy a house with Bitcoin when it was like below $10, but now when it's basically around $10,000, it'll make sense to buy a house with Bitcoin because there is so much more liquidity, and I'm pretty sure they know that as well. I mean, it would be kind of stupid if he went and told us nerds, early investors into XRP, we know the plan is to be, I don't know, in 2020 at $15,000. I mean, that's something he just couldn't do. David C is asking a question someone else has been asking in the past about the micropayments via Coil and stuff. About what would happen to the drops if XRP price goes to thousands of dollars. I mean, one XRP consists of 1 million drops. So even if XRP had a price of about, let's say 10,000, I'm pretty sure that the micropayments wouldn't be an issue. Maybe they would, for sure they would get a little bit more expensive for sure. But I guess those rates could also be adjusted. It still would be way cheaper than anything else. And I mean, there is still XLM. I mean, who tells you that Coil will always use XRP for micropayment? I mean, there is other cryptocurrency like XLM who might step in. Okay. Morris King, I'm not so sure if the letter from Brett Garlinghouse. I mean, they're in talks with the governments, with the regulators for years now. They should know that. I think that was more something for us kind of XRP investors to kind of soothe our soul, to show, guys, we're working on it. Hi Raymond, thanks for your compliment. Hi Toxa Online, thanks. Mike Smith, I have repeated that. He's asking about MoneyGram, if that will make a big difference. I will repeat that again. MoneyGram is not important regarding its own remittances. There is worldwide a little bit less than 800 billion remittances throughout the year in total. Let's assume Ripple covers 10% with MoneyGram and all the others, like, I don't know. There is like at least 20 remittance companies on RippleNet. Coalix is one, I guess. Mercury FX. There is others. I don't remember all those names. But let's assume all those together have about 10% of the market. That's 80 billion a year. Okay? With high value transactions on SWIFT or Target 2 in Europe, that amount is being transacted in about 4 hours or less. That's nothing. That's nothing. It won't affect the price at all, the remittances. However, what's important about MoneyGram, because they're now an XRP partner, and they cover about, I think, almost 200 countries worldwide. And when they manage to have XRP installations in the corridors where you can buy XRP for fiat, let's say Argentina, Brazil, Chile, I think that's the ones in South America. If they manage to have an XRP installation in those countries through multi-hop and Xcurrent 4, basically immediately everyone can send money via XRP into those countries, and that's the big thing about the MoneyGram deal. I don't know. Toxa Online. I mean, the price of XRP is still speculative, but I'm pretty sure we will see pretty soon a new all-time high. Who is very conservative, Gio? And what will not have a particular impact on XRP user 77836 SPI platform? Why not? I mean, XRP will be the base for future currency. It could well be that XRP is the base currency, and they're doing a lot of advertising in Japan for XRP. And if I remember properly, Crypto Eerie today tweeted that the SBI is doing kind of like a promotion, give away some XRP, so that the people actually start logging in and filling the order book. So I'm pretty sure SBI will do everything in Japan to do it properly. My way, David. Diesen Donnerstag nicht das 1. August, Schweizer Nationalfeiertag, aber am Freitag. Genau, going a check. Vielen Dank. Exactly. Butterfly Trader. David Schwartz also stated that his investment, I don't remember the word he used, that his investment idea about the XRP is don't miss the next Ethereum. Heiko is asking regarding the missing regulation in US, that this is kind of mandatory for the high and steep price increase. I told over and over again, I still don't think we're waiting for regulation. I don't think RippleNet requires regulation. Maybe it's all, I don't know how the US people call it, smoke and mirrors, like that they kind of keep us on the holding line with this regulation approach in US. I mean, have you ever heard that a bank has an SMTP regulation so that they can send emails to their customers? No, it's a standard. It's the rails below. It's like the infrastructure, and that's why I don't think that we're waiting for any regulation at all. Maybe, I mean, Shane Alley, you all know that I'm a really hard believer for Shane Alley's theory. And he stated very clearly that this price surge can and will not be known by anyone. Like, there is an inner circle within Ripple and maybe a few participants of the Global Payment Steering Committee, I think it's called, or group. And maybe they play this regulation thing in favor for them, in order for people to concentrate on this regulation stuff, and boom, all of a sudden the price goes high without anyone realizing what has happened. I could think of something like that. No. But I mean, in the end, it's just guesswork. Maurice King, no, I don't think the NDA agreements are affecting the growth of the price. Actually, as most believe, I think XRP price is totally manipulated up until recently. I mean, come on. For like 2 years now, basically since I'm invested into XRP, we hear good news like every week. A stock would have risen every week about 2-3%. Do the math. I mean, we would be on a freaking high value already, and we're lower than we have been 1.5 years before. That something is not right there. Toxa Online, could be that the BTC bull run is exit scam for XRP. I really don't know, and I don't care actually. Actually, CSB Bain, you are asking an interesting question. He's asking the question how I see a potential financial crisis in 2019, and he gives the example of the possible collapse of Deutsche Bank. For whatever reason, because I wanted to know something about Basel III. I did some research today in the office at work, and I don't know how, but sometimes it happens by accident. Anyway, I came across a document, and there it stated there exists global, what was the term? Sorry, global systematic, global systematic important banks, I think was the term. Like banks who are too big to fail. German bank, Deutsche Bank is one of them. And then I found a list with those banks. It's about 30 banks. And guess what? More than 50% of those banks are RippleNet customers. Is that a coincidence? I mean, that could already be answer enough, CSC Bain, to your question, that they are basically aware of this kind of hovering financial crisis upon us, and that basically everyone is aware if they're going to use XRP, that kind of burden will be more or less removed. Talks are online, yes, that's what I believe. My belief is that price will rise high very rapidly, which will basically break down all barriers for anyone on RippleNet wanting to use XRapid to send high value transaction. Yes, I know, Heiko, mail is not the same as money, but anyway, I mean, I still think there is no regulation required, because it's, in the end, it's just, I mean, is SWIFT regulated? I mean, who, show me a regulatory, I don't know, a law which tells a bank you have to use SWIFT, you cannot use something else. Or, in other words, tell me what regulation actually means. I mean, for me, basically, I was never really sure what that term regarding XRP actually really meant until FATF came out with this framework proposal that anyone, I think it's $10,000, sending more or cashing out more than $10,000 needs to be properly KYC'd and AML'd. But if that's the only thing, then, I mean, where's the fucking problem? The banks who will be using XRapid, they're basically known. There is, I mean, you will not be able to fuck that up somehow. Going a jackal, well, as long as we're, I don't know, in the $5 to $20 area, it could drop again, yes. Maybe not to $1, but it could drop again. That I'm pretty sure. But I'm also saying confident that if we really go high, like into the hundreds or thousands, then it'll stay there, thanks to buy and sell walls. And actually, I've been thinking about buy and sell walls again recently, and that system is basically so clever. The only thing it requires is a lot of money, because for the buy walls, you basically need that amount of cash for the amount of assets at a particular price you would want to buy, because it could be that trade or that order, so to speak, is actually executed, and then you will need that money. That's literally the only problem. But I'm 100% sure Miguel Villas took care of that, so don't worry. Cromwell, XRP will never be packed. David Schwartz has tweeted and in various forums spoken about that very clearly. Pegging or backing something is always creating a liability, and it cannot be a liability. It has to be free. So no, it will never be pegged to anything. Shane Ellis theory states, I just explained it, we had the sell and buy walls. Let me show that again. You have two order books. In both order books, like sell order book, and let me do it differently so that I don't lose the thread. Sell order book and buy order book. In the sell order, on both books, there is a wall at 10,000. So if you want to sell, you need to sell it for less than 10,000 so that your trade goes out, because you will sell less XRP than would be sold at the sell wall. Okay, so if you want to sell at a higher price, it would only work if you would sell more XRP than the sell wall. So it pushes the price down. On the buy order book, it's the other way around. There you have someone asking for XRP and willing to pay 10,000, but because he's asking to buy, I don't know, 100 million XRP, you will not be able to buy 5 XRP at $5. You would need to pay $10,005 for your 5 XRP, and that's what pushes the price up, and both together keep the price stable. I don't know XRP run, what was about the ECB. I mean, this Crypt talk, I really don't know what I should think of him. Well, butterfly trader, this XRP is not a security, that's just important in US, but I'm pretty sure everyone in US knows that XRP is not a security, but this is only relevant in US. Every other country is not as strict about digital assets and securities as the US is. As example, in Switzerland, I was asked today about taxes on digital assets, on cryptocurrencies in Switzerland, and we pay wealth tax. So up to $15 million, I pay from 0 to 2.45, not percent, but per mil. Also 10 times less than a percent. And above 15 million, it stays at 2.5 per mil. And now I lost my thread, what I wanted to say regarding... Hold on. Regarding this XRP, it's not a security. And basically for Switzerland, XRP and other cryptocurrencies is like fiat. It's like if I hold a euro account or a dollar account at my bank. It's the same. Every cryptocurrency, it's like a fiat for them. That's why I pay totally a different tax. It's even so I'm really lucky here in Switzerland. And in other countries it's the same thing. It's really just US. Well, Toby Yogi, SBI should go live. Well, actually, tomorrow, in about 3 hours, they go into their maintenance mode, and I'm pretty sure it will not take 12 hours. It'll be faster, I'm pretty sure. Heiko is basically mentioning that the banks are actually that they fear that if it's not handled properly in US, that it'll kind of have like a backfire towards the guys starting using it already in other countries. However, I understand that argument, Heiko. On the other side, you can be sure that those RippleNet or Ripple customers which are from this 30, what was the term? Someone wrote global systemic important banks. Thanks, James. That those over 50% members of this group who are on RippleNet, they're just waiting to start using it because they know they can basically solve their problems and it will reduce the risk, their risk exposure, where BIS, Bank of International Settlement, is looking at with Basel III. Bob Yamidi, there is actually a video I made about the taxes. Search my videos for that video. I don't remember if it was in, I think I did it in French and in German, maybe even in English. If not, I could sprichst du Deutsch, Bob Yamidi? Okay, it looks like today we're basically running out of questions, which will do me good to cut here a little bit early. Someone wrote we shouldn't have too high expectations on SBI, and that's right. Let that be my kind of closing words. I hope and I think it'll drive price up. If it'll be 100% in a week or just 50% in a week, and for how long those weekly rises will maintain, I have no clue. I remember in the end of 2017 that SOAR was, I think, from around 23-24 cents. Within about 3 or 4 weeks it went to those $3.80 or $3.40. So it could be that we will see, like, within a month 1,000%. I mean, in the end it can go really fast, but really don't expect too much. I'm being rather conservative here. But anyway, I mean, we have to see the bigger picture. I mean, I'm basically not waiting for SBIVC putting the price of XRP via speculation high. I'm actually waiting. I'm 100% sure they're an XRP preferred partner exchange. I mean, come on, SBI is the boss of SBI is on the board from Ripple. They are heavily invested. They want that from happening, and we need an XRP installation down there in the Asian part, and that's the important thing. And maybe that's really the only thing we're waiting for. Actually, there is one other thing I read today, that now we can buy XRP for pound sterling. There will be opening an exchange, I think tomorrow, where you can buy XRP in pound sterling. Interesting timing. Yeah. And with that, I really wish you a good time. I will make vacation starting this Thursday, our national holiday. I will stay 1 week home. We have 3 guest dogs, and I wanna help my wife a little bit. I won't be doing a live stream this Thursday in German. I will be doing a live stream in German this Friday. Next week it'll be same as this week, Tuesday in English and Thursday in German. Unfortunately, I didn't receive enough people who wanted me to make a live stream in French. I only received less than 10 respondents. For 10 people, I just won't do it. Today we're at least 82 people. So please stay a little bit stronger with your XRP hodling. I'm 100% sure everything will come fine. And with that, I wish you a nice evening wherever you are. Thanks for your trust, for your persistence, and that you stay with me.